Congratulations on your return. How does it feel?
Amazing.
So when you're gone for so long and you come back and you have a fight that is that quick, is there any bit of you that's like, oh man, I wish I could have been in there a little bit longer?
No, I just needed to get the job done. I came out here from Iowa, small town Iowa, put a lot of time into this, over 2 years invested in this one match. And I came out here for one thing, to get the job done.
So was there a game plan that you were able to do when you went in there, or did it just happen? Was it lucky? Tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah, partially. Just let my hands go. My body's a little more freed up now that I don't have that nagging hip injury. So I had the hip surgery after my last fight, and a couple other injuries I had to deal with, and now my body's a lot healthier. And moving up to lightweight, it's not as taxing on my body, I don't think.
And everybody talks about ring rust. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like there is such a thing? And I mean, your performance shows there probably isn't, but
I don't think so. If you're training, moving around in the gym a lot, which I'm constantly doing 2-a-days, quality sessions, at least, even if I'm not fighting, year round, and moving, I don't think it's there.
And what about that dad power? Everybody talks about that new dad power. Do you feel like you have that?
I think so. I feel like Superman. Yep.
Why do you think that is?
I have something more to fight for. So I'm taking care of my body, taking care of my family. My body is much healthier now. I feel a lot more freed up, happy and healthy. And I think my MMA career future is looking a lot brighter now.
And how soon do you want to get back in there?
I'd like to spend some time with the family for a week, and maybe by the end of summer would be nice.
Thank you.
Thanks.
In this time away, it sounds to me like it was almost like a bit of a blessing for you to get your body right and spend time with their family. Whereas a lot of people, when they're away from the fighting, it could be very frustrating. And I'm sure you had some frustrations as well. But was it a bit of a blessing as well to be able to heal your body in that time?
Yeah, definitely a blessing. I had that nagging hip injury, and the surgery was rough. I was on crutches for 2 months. I didn't get back to full MMA training for a year, but I was doing everything that I could besides that, technique and certain things. And then got into it. The first year went pretty quick, and then it's kind of like a roller coaster. Like, oh man, like it's been this long already. That they're gonna forget about me? Are they gonna cut me? Like, luckily they kept me around and gave me a shot. And I felt like this was an interview again to further my career with the UFC.
Well, that's probably the best job interview that you could do with that right there. And also in the time off, you had a bout set up, but then you also had to deal with COVID. How much did that affect you? We've talked to a lot of fighters, and every fighter has a bit of a different story and how much it affected them. Some more so than others. How badly did it affect you? And do you still have any sort of lasting lung issues or anything from that?
Well, I'm forgot about it now, but
well, that's good.
It was tough because all that time invested into it, and then coming out here and having a positive COVID test, and then driving back to Iowa. It was a long drive back home, that's for sure. Took some time and went out in the mountains, did some hiking, and I got right back into the gym and was ready to go for the following month, and then that didn't happen. Told my managers February, let's not schedule anything February. Our child is coming, so he came mid-February, and then I was ready, and then they finally got me something booked.
So for the most part, you sound like you're on the side that it didn't affect you. Besides just losing the fight, you didn't feel any sort of lagging effects after the fight?
I mean, financially, I guess I picked up some part-time work and just kind of scratching by, and and invested a lot of time into this. This is my life, so this is what I do for a living, and I will do some part-time stuff sometimes. So that was kind of tough. But
what kind of part-time gigs are you picking up?
I actually did some tree work We
Climbing trees?
no, not climbing, but we had a derecho. So it was a land hurricane came through Iowa and did a ton of damage in our town. I was working 12, 14-hour days with a logging company. Pretty tough work for just a month. And then I was plumbing just twice a week. So I learned a new trade, actually. So after my hip surgery, came back to Iowa, picked up a new trade, and learned plumbing.
Did you ever get recognized on the job?
Yeah, kinda, sometimes. Yeah.
That's got to be cool. All right, and then last one for me. This whole time, away, dealing with the ups and downs, and I'm sure you visualized how you wanted to perform out there. Was what we saw, was that any part of the visualization?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I visualized that for sure. Just, like I said, getting the job done however I can, landing my punches, being strong, good with my movement, keep my technique right, and it all showed and it paid off.
And the lightweight division sort of changed quite a bit in the time away. What are your thoughts on the current state of the division?
It's exciting right now. Oliveira's a champ. Chandler came in. There's a lot of things getting mixed up in our division.
It's a pretty exciting time for you.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks.